All right, I am here with Debi Chalik of the Chalik and Chalik Law Offices in Florida. And last time we discussed some birth injuries and the areas of practice in which she has been a part of some cases. And today we're actually going to discuss brachial plexus palsy. And that is an injury, a birth injury that happens quite often, unfortunately, and it is something that can truly influence a child's life in a very difficult way. So first of all, Debi, explain to us exactly what brachial plexus palsy is.
Basically, everybody has nerves that run in their brachial plexus, which is in your cervical spine, in your neck. And what happens is during birth, if those nerves get pulled or stretched too forcefully, you damage them. And those are the nerves from C5 through C8 when you're talking about brachial plexus palsy. And what that does is it hinders the child's ability to move his or her arm, shoulder, and hand in a normal fashion. So there's varying degrees of the injury. Sometimes a child cannot use the arm at all and it remains flaccid and limp to their side. Sometimes the stretch isn't quite as severe, so they have some movement, but they can't lift their arm past 90 degrees above their head, or they don't have use of their hand at all. So it depends on the degree of the injury.
So just out of curiosity, does this ever improve as they age, or is this a nerve damage that pretty much is set in stone for their life?
It is a permanent injury most of the time. Some of the time these children will be born with what's called a transient brachial plexus, and you'll know because within 3 months of the birth the child will be perfectly back to normal. But most of the time, unfortunately, it's more severe and requires surgical intervention. And even when there is surgery, there will be improvement of the use of the arm, but it'll never be the way it should be, like the other arm.
Absolutely. So when parents go through this unfortunate situation, as we discussed last time, it is best to contact you immediately, correct?
Yes, it is best for a number of reasons. You know, I have the resources to point parents in the right direction as to where they should seek treatment. You know, there's a handful of specialists in the field that deal with pediatric Erb's palsy, and one of the leading specialists happens to be right here in our backyard at Miami Children's Hospital. So I like to point parents in that direction so they know early on what they're dealing with and, you know, what exactly are the medical interventions necessary to maximize their child's recovery. That's one reason, and the main reason I'd like to get involved early. But the other reason is it gives me an opportunity to start my discovery early on, get all the records that I need to see if there is a medical malpractice case that should be pursued and what we need to do to achieve the best results.
Absolutely. So how can they get in contact with you? Email, phone call, website? Give us all the information to
all of the above.
Okay, so
I can be reached at www.chaliklaw.com. That's one way. The other one is floridabirthinjuries.com, which is my website specifically geared to Erb's palsy and brachial plexus injuries. I can also be reached at our home office in Plantation, Florida at 954-476-1000. So, you know, any way that somebody wants to get a hold of me, they will find me, whether it's by phone call or email. I'm always available.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for this information, and we will continue this Hangout series. Thank you, Debi.
Thank you.